Hi, my name is Ferwerda. I was serendipitously introduced to this instrument, actually on my birthday, less than a month ago, at a celebration of life for a dear friend that passed away. Through a mutual friend, I was made aware of these instruments that have only been in existence less than 20 years. And having grown up next door to a steel drum maker in Puerto Rico in the mountains, I was somewhat familiar with the type of tone they gave. However, nothing is complex and absolutely musically amazing and rhythmically amazing as these instruments. So I decided my own obsessive research and landed on the very company and incredible group of human beings that make these. It's headed up by CR and his lovely family at TerraTonz in North Georgia. And after a wonderful invitation, I went up to visit them, and through our fantastic connection, I walked out with one of these to record. And because I understood through our conversations that it's very difficult to record these and to pick up the true, incredibly dynamic harmonic range that they offer. So as we progressed in our conversations, I realized that one of my dearest friends, Brian Walton, is a genius recording engineer, and he was able to capture a lot of the harmonic waves that a very famous amplifier called a Trainwreck that I play also produces. So I convinced him to let me walk out with this instrument that's not quite perfectly in tune, but it's in tune enough where it can give off some of the incredible harmonics that these do. One more thing I want to mention, that there are only a few people that make these, and less than a handful that even attempt to make them by hand. This is a completely handmade instrument. I was there hours watching how it was actually crafted. To say that these are done with love and inspiration is a grave understatement. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now and attempt to play this instrument that I don't know how to play, so as to give you an idea of what they're capable of with this type of miking, which Brian will also explain later. All right. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brian Walton. Derek wanted me to provide some insight as to how we recorded the Terra drum during this video session that you've seen on his channel. I've used 2 large diaphragm condensers as well as a small diaphragm condenser with an Omni capsule on it, as well as SM57. If this is a visual representation of the UFO, and this being a microphone, you can see that there was a microphone about here, large diaphragm here, and then underneath, which you might not be able to see, was the small diaphragm condenser with the Omni capsule and the SM57 underneath. I made some compromises during the session because I was using the multi-camera setup and I didn't want the microphones to impede the view of the TerraPan itself. If I was going to do it where I was going to be a little bit less compromised in my approach, I probably would have set microphone on one side sort of like this and the other one like this. And the reason why one microphone is not sufficient for these recording setup is that the TerraPan has sound coming from all directions across the TerraPan. So you have sound coming off of all sides. So if you put one microphone up here like this, then it's going to emphasize what it's seeing on one side of TerraPan. So if you get into more microphones than say 2 on the top, then you can end up starting to have phase problems. So part of my approach was to try to limit the phase problems. The Omni microphone on the bottom will help eliminate the phase problems when you're just using 2 on the top. So the general idea is to kind of get the stereo image of what's coming off of the top of the handpan, and then you're also picking up things on the bottom of the handpan, because there's a hole in the bottom of the instrument, and you also want to grab that and then create this holistic approach to capturing the instrument. I like the large diaphragm condensers on the top as opposed to small diaphragm condensers. A little bit more open sounding, kind of capturing a little bit more of the room, not as direct and focused as the small diaphragm might have been. And then on the bottom, I did include a touch of the SM57, even though it kind of muddies things up a little bit. It gave it a little warmth, and I kind of liked a little bit of what it added to the low end response for whatever reason. So that was generally my approach to this thing. In more ideal conditions, I would have put them higher up on top of the TerraPan, so that it's not pulling as much from the side, it's pulling more from the top. But it was a compromise that we made for the video shoot. Hope you find this helpful.